Hello everyone and welcome again to another tutorial. So this is the beautiful, simple, easy bag we'll be making today. Very beautiful beaded bag. A beginner can make this. If you're a beginner, don't worry, this video is for you. So let's get into the video. Hello, I appreciate you today for joining me for this beaded bag tutorial. Okay, now I have here on my table a 10mm round bead. This is a round bead that I have in front of me in 10mm, okay? 10mm bead. I have here my fishing line or monofilament. I'm using size 50 pound, and here's my cutter. You can use scissors, you can use nail cutter or whatever is available for you, okay? This is 50 pound fishing line or monofilament that I'm using. I'm going to use this 10mm bead, all right? So now with this sweep, I'm going to start with 4 bead. I'm stringing all these 4 bead on the line like this, and I'm going to hold the last one and cross my right line into it, hold and pull down. Now on each side of my line again, left and right, I'm going to add 1 bead on each side of my line, the right and the left, like this, and I'm going to cross both ends into this third one and pull down, crisscross into the third bead like this, hold and pull down, and we have 2 flowers done. Okay, now on each side of my line again, I'm pulling 1 bead on each side, the left and the right line like this, and I'm going to cross both ends into the third one and pull. So crisscross into this third one, hold the bead and pull down like this. And now we are going to continue. I'm going to continue to make 9 of these, all right? Continue 9 times. So we made 3, we are going to make 9. And here is my 9 that I make. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, okay? And on this 9, I'm going to turn to make 10. All right, so my right line, this one, I'm going to turn like this, okay? So my right line, I'm adding all these 3 bead on my right line. I'm adding 3 bead like this, okay? I'm going to hold the last one, cross with my left line and pull. Now my line turn on the side and we are starting a new row. So my left line again, I'm adding all these 3 bead on my left line like this. I'm going to hold the last one and cross with my right line and pull. My right into the next bead. I'm pulling my right line into the next bead. My left line, I add 2 bead to my left line, cross with the right line and pull. My right line into the next bead. And now I'm adding 2 bead to my left line like this. Add 2 bead to the left line, cross with the right line and pull down into the next bead. Okay, add 2 bead to the left line, I cross with my right line and pull. I'm going to repeat this to the end. And now I'm on my last bead. I'm going to pull my right line into the last bead at the end over here, okay? And on the same line I pull through the bead, I'm adding 2 bead to the line. I'm going to cross with the left line and pull like this, okay? Now my line turn on the side again. Let's start another row. My left line, I'm adding 3 bead to the left line. Cross with the right line and pull. My right line again into the next bead. Pull through the next bead. 2 bead to the left line, cross and pull down. My right line into the next bead. I add 2 bead to the left line, cross and pull. So now I'm going to repeat the same technique to the end. And now 1 2 3, we make 3 rows. Okay, we are going to continue. This is 10, okay? Make 10 rows. Okay, now this is where my line is, okay? I'm going to ignore the first bead over here and enter the second one. So I'm just going to work my way into the second bead. I'm just going to weave through these beads over here and then enter the second bead. Just weaving my line through. But if you have a new line, you can just pull through the second bead and start weaving. But here I have line left. I don't want to cut a new line, so I'm weaving it through. So here is my line, okay? It's in the second bead over here, this one. And now we are going to continue. My left line, see, we are going to continue and end in this bead, okay? I'm adding 3 beads to my left line. I cross with my right line and pull. Okay, my right line again into the next bead. Pull through the next bead. Add 2 beads to the left line. Cross with the right line and pull. I'm going to weave again into the next bead. Pull the right line through the next bead. Add 2 beads to the left line. I cross with my right line and pull. My right into the next bead. Pull the right line into the next bead. Add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. I'm going to pull again now. That is how I'm going to continue and stop here in this bead. And now I'm about to enter the last bead, okay? This is the last bead over here. I'm adding this line, okay? I'm adding 2 beads to my right line. I add 2 beads to the right line so I can turn and start another row. Cross with the left line and pull. So now we stop over here again, and now we are going to go down 1 bead again. We are starting into the second bead. I'm going to work my way again into the second bead. I'm going to ignore the first one and enter the line into the second bead over here. All right, that is where we are going to start again our beading. I'm just working my way into the second bead over here because I have a long line left, like this. This is where my line is. It's in the second bead, okay? Now my left line, I add 3 beads to start with, cross with the right line and pull. I'm going to pull my right line again into the next bead. Go through the next bead, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. Into the next bead again. Okay. Add 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull. Into the next bead, 2 beads to the left line, cross and pull down. I'm going to enter the next bead again. I add 2 beads to the left line, okay, cross and pull. I'm going to go through the last bead. This is the last one. I pull my line through. I add 2 beads to my right line, cross and pull. And this is how the weave is looking like. This is the style we are working on today. Very simple, very easy. So with this line, I'm going to weave it back into the bead a little bit to secure my line before I trim it off. Okay, then we can start the next step. I'm securing my line over here before I trim it off. And this is how it looks like. Very simple, very beautiful. Now we are going to start the next step. I'm going to use pearls over here. Okay, this is a 10mm pearls I'm going to use for the side. Alright, it's also the same 10mm. I'm going to pull my line through this bead, okay, the edge bead over here. That's where I'm going to pull my line through, and we are going to start weaving on the edge. I'm starting with 3 beads. I add 3 beads to my left line, cross, okay, and pull down. My right line again into the next bead. Pull through the next bead. And on my left line, okay, I add 2 beads to my left line, cross, and pull down. My right line again into the next bead. Pull through the next bead. I add 2 beads to my left line, cross, and pull. So over here on the edge, we are pulling the right line through the bead and adding 2 beads to our left line. Okay, that is what we are going to repeat all around this shape until we complete. All right, so again, I'm going to pull my right line into the next bead, and I add 2 beads to my left line, cross, and pull down into the next bead again with the right line, and I add 2 beads to my left line, cross, and pull. And this is what we are going to repeat around the shape until we complete. All right, and when you complete it, this is how it looks like. Very simple and easy. And with this, we will make 2. Okay, I make 2 like this, and we are going to put these 2 pieces together to make the bag that we are looking for. So now I'm going to put it together, and I'm going to show you how we join it round. So now here is my line. Okay, my line is in this bead over here. This is the side bead. I'm going to add 1 bead to my line. This is my right line, and I'm going to go through the next piece, this piece. Okay, I'm going to pull it through the same bead on the side, this one. I'm pulling my line through it. Okay, pull and pull nice like this. I'm taking 1 bead. I'm going to cross both ends of my line into it and pull like this. My right into the next, my left into the next bead. I'm pulling through the right bead, this one too into the left bead. Okay, I take 1 bead, cross both ends of my line into it, and pull. Okay, I'm going to go again right into the next bead on the right piece. On the left piece, I pull my line through the next bead, take 1 bead, cross both ends of my line into it. Okay, like this, and pull down. Again, I'm going to pull my line into the next bead, into the next, into the next. Go through the next bead. Okay, and I pull through the next bead on the left side. I take 1 bead and cross both ends of my line into it and pull down. And this is how the weave is looking like. This is how it's looking like. We are going to continue the same. This is what we are going to repeat on the side round until we complete. Okay, and this is how the weave is looking like. Very beautiful. So I'm going to continue off camera, and I'll meet you back here. And this is how it's looking like so far. This is looking very pretty, very nice already. I'm going to complete the rest and come back and meet you over here. And now that I completed, now we have to put the handle on it. Okay, we are going to make only single strap on it. You can make it how you want. Okay, you can make it long or short for your own desire. Okay, I'm going to pull my line through this bead, okay, into the middle bead right here, and I'm going to add 2 pearls on each side of my line. Okay, put 2 on each side of the line, the left and the right line, like this. Okay, and now I'm going to hold my line and tie. Just tie like this, very beautifully. Tie in the middle nice and neat. Okay, like this. And now I'm going to pull my lines together again. I join the line, both lines together, and I'm just going to start stringing my bead on it. I'm going to use these big pearls, a 16mm pearls. This one is 18. I'm just going to alternate the beads, make it look nice. So just the handle, you can do it how you want it to be. You can make it long or short for your own desire. And this is what we have stringed so far on the line. Very pretty already. It looks very beautiful. I'm just going to continue with the handle until I reach my desired length that I want. Okay, so I'm going to continue to string. So do yours, and I'll come back and meet you over here. So you to continue to make yours, and I'll meet you here. And now I am done with my length, and this is how it's looking like. I just want a very simple, very easy, short. I'm going to open my line again like this, and I'm going to add 2 pearls to each side of my line again. As we did from the beginning, I'm adding 2 pearls to each side of my line, and now I'm going to pull my line into the middle bead, okay, on the opposite side like this. Go through, crisscross into this bead over here like this, and pull your line. So what I do, I go through a couple of beads before I hold both ends and tie. So hold the handle, make it nice before you tie. Pull and pull your line tight, okay. I'm going to pull through some couple of beads. Make sure my line, I have my lines together, then I can tie. I'm tying in between these 2 beads over here. Make sure your handle is straight and nice, firm. Okay, look at how the handle is firm and beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to weave the rest of this line back into the bead. Make sure it's well secured enough before I trim it off. Okay, I'm just weaving through the bead. Make sure it's well secured, then I can trim it off. So now I just have to trim these lines off, and that's it. We are done with our pretty beautiful simple beaded bag. You can carry everywhere. You can drop your key. Look at the inside, it's big. This is big enough to hold your phone, your car keys, and little things that you want to throw in. So this is the beaded bag tutorial I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.